Chairman, I yield back.
Mr. Lamborn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Chalet, the Russians are flagrantly in violation of the Budapest Memorandum concerning Ukraine. Russia is Syria's strongest supporter and a consistent ally of Iran. President Obama, immediately after his election, canceled the Third Sight missile defense plans with Poland and Czech Republic, which pleased Putin. How could President Obama's and Secretary Hillary Clinton's highly touted Russian reset have failed so spectacularly? What did you do wrong?
Well, sir, I think even though we're very disappointed with where we are with Russia today, we saw some tangible impact of our policies in the first several years of this administration under a different Russian leadership with President Medvedev, but the work with them on Iran, for example, was something that was very important. We also codified a new arms reduction agreement on nuclear forces, which was very significant. And even since then, we've seen Russian cooperation in other areas, for example, on Syria and the chemical weapons destruction process, which continues. Even despite the turbulence of this crisis in the U.S.-Russian relationship, we've been able to maintain our cooperation on that very, very important issue. So while I think even the President and everyone involved in the U.S.-Russian relationship over the last several years is not happy with where we are today, we do believe that we had some successes early on in this administration.
Well, I would really question a lot of that assessment. And let's talk about the New START treaty. According to recent press reports and open sources, the Russian Federation is in violation of the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, or INF, which this administration has known about for some time but has chosen to remain quiet about. Why is the administration covering up Russian INF treaty violations? Is it an attempt to protect the deeply flawed New START treaty?
Sir, we take our treaty obligations very seriously, and we expect all of those who enter into a treaty to take their obligations very seriously. So the INF issue is something we've been studying very closely. I know that colleagues of ours have been talking to the Congress throughout this process. And I know that the State Department, which is the lead in our interagency for this effort, will be issuing a report on this matter soon, and perhaps some of the specifics you've referred to we can get into in the closed session later today.
Well, I hope that what you did wrong wasn't to think that authoritarian regimes respond to reason rather than to strength. I think they respond to strength better than to reason. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.